Second day of my exhibition, which is some sort of retrospective, I think, because I've got stuff I did in the 70s and the 80s and 90s, and I've got a whole Egyptian series along here of Akhenaten. I haven't seen a Philip Glass opera, because I like his music, and he did an opera called Akhenaten, so I went to the opera. First time I've been to an opera. I was quite impressed with all the stage sets and the costumes and everything, and I got back and read about this Akhenaten guy, and he's quite a strange pharaoh. Nefertiti's husband and the son Tutankhamun, who know him more than he is, really. I got a bit of my railway, I got a bit of the early stuff. Collector's series, which is this one. I've got a couple of those, not many. My prints. So it's just a little touch of everything. Done a lot of it, sort of visual. It's all visual memory, visual image I see, or something can spark it off, or even music like the Philip Glass thing. I can hear some music and think, wow, that's it. A lot of the railway stuff is, I lived through the railways. I was only there 4 years, but it probably it stuck in my mind, because it's so different. It's like one age to the next. Now it is now. It's it's so different. How I lived then, when I was 15 and 16, in Swindon, men in caps everywhere on bikes, and nothing like computers or anything. I think it's black and white TV. Well, when I was young, we didn't even have to. Can't remember when TV came out. Yeah, so things have moved. Things move really fast, don't they? You realise when you look back, what's happening now, and what was happening when we were young. Worked for Richard, like a freelance basis for old Richard Branson, and then somebody did a job which I should have done, and they messed it up. And he put me on a retainer, so I was working for him, well, not every day, so I used to go around the world doing mega stores and hotels and stuff. And then he got into the planes, and we had a meeting with all the other directors. And they said they wanted to do like the American bombers during the war. They used to have a lady on the front of the planes. It would be a nice idea. So I did 6 drawings, which are quite big ones. And they picked this one out of all the drawings I did, and decided to have that one on the plane.
Is there anything that influences you, do you think, in your work? Is there?
At the moment, it's the American painters in the early 1900s, the Ashcan School. And George Bellows has got an exhibition in London at the moment. One of them is amazing stuff. They paint the social man on the street. In that period, everybody went to Paris. If you want to be an artist, you've got to go to Paris. And they said, why should we go there? And we've got our own things in our own country to, to inspire us and paint. And so they painted all the social side of America. It's amazing stuff. Edward Hopper is the best known of them, but his stuff was a bit different to theirs. He was a bit of a loner. I think his street scenes were quite good, relevant, but these guys, you can really feel the squalor and the dirt and the, hard work these people live through in lives. Amazing. The atmosphere stays in your head, the men you were working with, and how long they'd been there. My granddad was there from 14-year-old to nearly 70 when he left. And he's on my painting on the right there. With my grand washing the doorstep. A lot of old people nowadays, emigrate to Spain or something ridiculous, and sit on the beach all day, knowing nobody. Or go on a cruise or whatever they do. Yeah. So I'm lucky. I've always done what I do, and I'm still doing it until I fall over.
Were you inclined to art as a child?
Yeah, it's the only thing I got recognised for at school. That's the only thing I can remember. People actually saying, "Oh, that's good," or something. Yeah. My picture went into the advert when I was about 11. But otherwise, it was just, it's people, the teachers, are so different then. A lot of it is rote of teaching, but I was in the bottom stream of the class, and we were the hopeless crowd I think I was with, so, we didn't get much teaching at all, really. It was just, I've got you lot again, so attitude.
What did you think of the town as a child?
Well, I suppose you don't think about it much then, you know, you just accept it for how it is, but it's now you realise how good it was and what we had and what has been knocked around, you know, disappeared. There's no character, you know, so it's a good job town hall still here, otherwise it could be any town, anywhere.
How do you approach a new painting? Do you plan?
Not really, not too much now, no. I get an idea now, like the one over there, the landscape one, I went out for a walk in the country and I suddenly saw this in front of me. I thought, wow, it's amazing, those puddles and the way the tyre tracks had left them. I took quick photographs, you know, it's a way of doing it, but then that's just something, a reference to go by. You know, saying then, or I can go through old books or old magazines and see things which I think, oh, that's an amazing image. You know, it's all visual, I think, things I see start me off. Could be anything, you know. This is one of my later ones. And I painted this beehive hill about 2 or 3 times. And I've even done lino cut of it. I don't know, I just like the way the roads go off and the way the building looks. It always reminds me of the Flatiron in New York, you know, the way it's like a narrow strut and all these roads going off and the church on there as well, another sort of strange building. And I'd still do my same men, I don't know, men in camps. Either coming out the pub or going in, or I've done a nighttime one a bit and as well, with all the lights on. And I just like that spot, you know. So I suppose you know it well. And, I think Steamer bought that one.
Really working on perspective there.
Recommends Club. Steam bought that one as well. You know. Then some of these things, well, that's a big painting I did for the hospital, which I think is in Coatwater Ward now, so that was my ideas. And I cut it out of paper and then I paint exactly as that is on that cut out. So Matisse type, you know, I did quite a few murals that way. I was an illustrator in London, so I did those in the 70s for a magazine called Cream. And I still got the originals, which is good. Then there's XTC, where I did the backdrop for Black Sea, their album cover, you know. And I painted that and did that in the town hall on the floor.
Did they approach you for that?
Yeah, Andy did, yeah. He just gave me, that's Andy's scribble, I want something like that. He's got a lot of good ideas, Andy, you know. I think he was a graphic designer at college as well. So he's got the eye.